important to pass on traditions to the young folks?
Tradition, family, grandparents, parents, you know, it's tradition.
To represent all day.
It's my heritage. This is me. It's my soul. So I have to carry on.
I am from Trinidad. My father used to bend wire. I had to play mass and since I small. They say, you're trying to paint my face one time, and I did whining, so you had to pay off my face. So, it's my culture, and I love it. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Most beautiful women, people.
It's like bringing a little bit of the islands right here in New York City, believe it or not. So when we immigrate, we take a little bit of our cultures with us, and this is the whole reason why. It makes it more real and more home.
How long did it take you to make this costume?
This one took about a year and a half.
Is this your first parade?
No, I've been dancing ever since I was 2.
So why do you come out here every year?
Because I'm Trinidadian and Haitian, and my family run this band, so it's another part of me.
I was born in Aruba, was raised in Brooklyn. My daughter was born in Brooklyn. That's Shayna. It took us 1 week.
1 week?
To bend the wire and cover, boots, costume, everything.
I'm from Nigeria and I come out to celebrate the West Indies parade.
Trinidad and Tobago, the best island in the world.
Trinidad and Tobago, big up Trinidad and Tobago all the way. Big up Trinidad and Tobago.
I'm out here every year. I represent St Vincents and the Grenadines. Every year I'm over here just enjoying the whole festival and everything. I like the action, the crowd, the festivities, all the different people, all the different islands, enjoying everything.
Representing Trinidad and Tobago, I come out every year to celebrate my heritage, and this is yin yang, the balance of the universe.
How long did it take to make the costume?
This costume took about 2 months.
Tell me how long it took you to make the costume and what does it represent?
3 to 6, fiery emblem, costume made by Jack and Associates. Yeah, I'm just the masquerade.
Hi, my name is Kimberly. I'm participating this year because I want to represent for Jamaica, and this parade means a lot to me because it's everybody getting together, everybody showing what everybody means and who they represent.
Branches. That's what we're playing in Trinidad and Tobago. Branches. Anybody got a balance?
From the beginning of the summer till the end of the summer, but the head was done since January.
Wow. And how many people it took to make it?
We have 2 wire benders, and the rest was like volunteers helping them put the material on, put the braid on, so altogether about 12 people.
Now why do you come out here every year and why do you put up so much work in the parade?
Because this is our tradition. It's our tradition. We're out of Trinidad, but we're still in Trinidad. We're keeping our traditions.
am Brooklyn Jerome, Miss Haiti US 2010, and you are watching 360 Media. Don't change that dial. Miss Haiti says so.
It's my neighborhood hospital, and I feel like it needs to be there for urgent care for everyone in our neighborhood. And I know people whose lives have been saved by it. I know my good friend's son was saved by St. Vincent's when he was born. So now more than ever, it's particularly close to my heart.
We're afraid of, and a lot of the hospitals around there now that they're sending people to are being overburdened. I live right near what used to be St. Clair's Hospital and then was St. Vincent's Midtown, and we already know that a lot of people who used to go there have been sent to St. Vincent's. And now that they closed that, there's no place for them to go. There's even more pressure on the neighboring hospitals. When the Burger Commission recommended that they close St. Clair's, the idea was that St. Vincent's would pick up the slack. And right now there's no St. Vincent's to pick up the slack. We already know that ambulance times have gone up. We have numbers on that. And as I said, it seems to be that this hospital system is overstretched on the west side right now.
What do we want?
A hospital!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
Now!
When do we want it?
Hospital!
What do we want?
What do we want?
Hospital!
What do we want?
Hospital!
St. Vincent's is deeply meaningful on a cultural, on a historic level. It offers trauma one medical care, a hospital that is necessary for this district.
Are they trying to replace it with another hospital or just tell people?
Well, there's some people who are trying to convince us that they want an urgent care center. An urgent care center will never, never solve the problems of this community. We need to have a hospital. We deserve a hospital. We need to find out what went wrong with St. Vincent's. We need to make sure that we, the community, are served, and our public health is served in Lower Manhattan, and we won't stop until we get that.
Well, there's no hospitals. The next hospitals they would have to go to on the east side. Some very fine hospitals, but try to go through Midtown traffic or lower Midtown traffic. You do not make it. Look at the traffic now. It's backed up all the way across 14th Street. Major problem.
We need a hospital. We need a hospital. We need a hospital. We need a hospital. We need a hospital.
Imperative, like it's like you can't even function without having child care, health care. You get sick, you need a hospital. Why they got money for all different bailouts for this, bailout for that, but they can't find money for a hospital that's well deserved, but they can find money for OTB, they can find money for the banks, they can find money for anybody except something that's worth saving. That needs to be heard.
There will be no emergency room at all around here.
I'm doing better because of St. Vincent's and their charity and their help and their love. And that's why I'm here fighting back. What we're told is for cost-saving measures, and the fact that this hospital has been losing money for years, that's the reason we're given.
You have all been deceived by your local officials! When this started, I stood on that corner with all of them, and they were yelling for a full-service hospital for weeks. And then all of a sudden, we noticed that they stopped yelling. We had rally after rally, they didn't even show up. Okay, here's what happened, folks. You had Mount Sinai coming here to partner with us. The Department of Health stopped it. You are going to hear that it was because of money. We're bankruptcy. The money's going to be gone. It's like laundering your money when you go to bankruptcy. The Department of Health Commissioner used to be, his name is Dr. Daines, was the CEO of Continuum, which owns Beth Israel and St. Luke's. And I listened to Scott Stringer stand on that corner and say that was a conflict of interest for him to be involved in St. Vincent's. I have it from very good people that the reason it was stopped was because of this.
For many months now, the state health department, the board of this hospital, knew that they were drowning in debt. And they refused to come clean until we got to this situation. As a result, there are people in this community, our seniors, people with severe health issues, people with HIV/AIDS, our kids, the people who rely on this hospital for over 100 years, now their health care is in jeopardy and someone has to be held accountable. Now you are right. No, that's okay. If you doesn't speak loud, then I wouldn't recognize, all right? But I do want to say this. We have to have an investigation. And I want to know, back in May, who was at those meetings trying to take this big hospital and turn it into a glorified health clinic when we need real emergency services.
I'm so happy to see so many people out here. I have congestive heart failure. St. Vincent saved my life I don't know how many times. Now I don't understand why they're taking this away from us. I have 4,000 residents that live in the Elliott Chelsea houses. 4,000! Where do we go? There's nowhere else to go. In an emergency, we are in trouble. And I'm surprised you haven't already heard about this. Because I know I was one of those that if I hadn't got here when I got here, I would be dead and I wouldn't be speaking to you today. We need this hospital!
We want the exact same health care that St. Vincent's has been providing to the people of our community. We know now that almost every decision, you know what? Every decision that the board made at St. Vincent's was a bad decision, but we're not going to pay for it. And I am incredibly angry, and we should be incredibly angry, and we have to turn that anger into a way to get the exact same health care that we deserve in this community and that we had at St. Vincent's. And that includes an emergency room and a full-service hospital. And we have to fight every day, and I am fighting every day to make sure that that's what we get in our community. And what was the incredibly hard-working, compassionate staff of St. Vincent's doing? They were providing care to everyone, no matter whether they could pay or not. So what do we want? We want a hospital. We want health care that... Listen. We want health care, listen, for everyone, not just for private pay, but for people with people who use Family Health Plus, children who use Child Health Plus, and what are you gonna do?
finish speaking. Chairman of the Health Committee, what are you going to do?
Who is this guy here?
Chairman of the Health Committee, what are you going to do?
We absolutely should demand answers, but that is not enough! We need health care! We don't just need to blame. There's plenty of blame to go to the board. There's plenty of blame to go to GE. What was the board thinking, going $1 billion in debt? But what do we need? We need health care. Listen to me. Nurses, listen to me. Listen to me. This is your oath.
Tom, I've been listening to you for weeks.
Do you want to talk? 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 I mean, you can do your thing, and then I can talk.
You said listen to the nurses.
Okay, she wants to do it. Oh, you already spoke. So
what are you going to do?
If you would stop, if you would just listen for a moment. And by the way, I am one of the people. We are the people that know how nurses provide health care to us. We know that, and we want it here in our community, and I am fighting for it, and we are fighting for it. And listen, you gotta let me say this. Listen to me. Listen to me. It's not just about you, it's about us. So if you have Family Health Plus, if you have Child Health Plus, if you don't have insurance, we want what we had, which is you get health care right here, exactly the way you've been getting it. We want it for people who have substance abuse problems. We want it.
What are you going to do? 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 What's your plan?
And every day, I am holding our government responsible for spending real healthcare dollars in our community so that we have the healthcare that we had from St. Vincent's, and that money does not go to anyone until they guarantee that we're going to get the healthcare that we got here.
Let's all go to November! Remember November!
You know what the danger is? The danger is that members of our coalition will get picked off by some wealthy healthcare system that's not going to treat people who use Medicaid, who use Medicare, or who don't even have insurance. So what do we want? We want care for people with Medicare. We want care for people with Medicaid. We want care for private insured people, and we want care for the uninsured, and we want it exactly the same way that we had it, or better. And that's how tax dollars should be used. So listen, you know, I want to say, look, it's not a competition of who's angrier. We are all angry about this terrible thing that's happened. But what we have to fight for, is the same health care, palliative care, OBGYN, HIV, substance abuse. We want the primary care that everyone deserves to have. We want that in our community. And do we want nurses, the nurses union people be there? Of course we do. Do we want $11.99? Yes. And should we be thanking all of them for taking a pay cut? Yes. But let's work together. Let's fight together.
What are you doing?
They're not fighting their silent.
But you're not answering their question.
You know, I totally understand the anger. I absolutely do. And we have to use that anger to get the same geriatric care, the same behavioral services care.
Save our hospital! Save our hospital! Save our hospital! Save our hospital!
We know what we want.
And let's nurse
What are you going to do?
Save the nurses' jobs. Yes, right?
Also, actions speak louder than words.
How many people want the nurses to stay in our community? Raise your hands.
The nurses aren't the problem.
Thank you. Same struggle, same fight to get the best possible health care for everyone in our community, exactly the same or better than we have. Not just to the highest bidder, but to the best caregivers that we have. That's what I'm fighting for. That's what we're fighting for, and that's what we're going to get. Thank you.
Actions speak louder than words.
Listen, I know some of us have some issues with our local elected officials.
Yes, we do.
But we can't be divided.
That's all right.
We need to be united. We, as united as one, we're a lot stronger. So what we need to do is, you're right, what is he going to do? He's going to do the best for us. You know, he's going to fight for us. He's going to fight in Albany. We're going to put Tom to his word that he wants to make sure that we have an emergency care hospital. In short, the reason why we're all here today is because we want a hospital. We don't want urgent care. We want a hospital.